Welcome back, and let's start with the good, which was Raubex results as profits boomed across all divisions. Here's CEO Felicia Mziza on their move into PGMs.
So looking at the PGM plant, which will be commissioned next year, it's over and above what we're actually doing at Fontaine Mine. So this would actually give us better margins going forward. And as I said, in terms of the construction of this plant, it will only be commissioned in the next financial year.
Brat, you can say it again.
Why? What do they know about mining that the PGM guys don't know?
Well, no, they know a lot about mining. I mean, they've got a chrome mine. They bought Baobo, whatever it was. They do some contract mining, also diamonds, I think, for De Beers. But PGMs? And then their other big one is renewables.
No margins.
Credit to the management.
No, look,
but
great results.
And Raubex have stood out.
Yes, 100%. And these were strong results.
And where is Afrimed currently hurting?
Well, in PGMs or in the mining side. I know that's the worry, because you bring in a new dimension which is called the market price. Yeah. In other words, PGMs, if you look at platinum, it's in the lower end of 900, 923. Palladium's come down there.
Yeah.
You need prices. You need booming markets to make it work. And I don't think the marginal mines they're buying give them that massive margin.
They have high fixed costs. Yeah. You still have to get the thing on the ground off.
Okay. So we hate the mining part, but the other part was good. The Sanrio, the roads, the Western Australia, this is making money.
That's where they started, and that's where they were strong.
That's where they're still strong. That's where they shine.
Look what's happened to Murray and Roberts, who said, okay, let's go that route as well. We're no longer construction. We're now an engineering business and go in to help Venetia mine. And suddenly Venetia closes down or is
cutting back.
And they're under severe pressure. This is their market value. They've got no liquidity, and the market value of around about 500 million or something.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, they don't have working capital, which you need in construction. And now for the bad. Telcos. Vodacom and MTN have troubles with currency collapses, while Telecom, however, is doing well. Bet no one had that on their bingo card a year ago. Here's Vodacom CEO Shapiro on the currency woes.
So the numbers got a bit of noise in, to be honest, but the underlying growth is actually quite strong in terms of if you take some of the currency impacts. So essentially, we've had two devaluations that have played out into the numbers. Firstly was the devaluation of the Egyptian pound by 60% in March. So you're still feeling that impacts for the full year. That said, the net income's grown by 75%, so it's more than offset the devaluation.
So lots of asterisks talking around constant currency. The point is that this is their new reality. Whether it's Egypt, Ethiopia for Vodacom, Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda for MTN, this is the new currency level, and it's not going to go up. It's only going to go down next up.
Simon, you made a very valid point with gold. The chart goes from bottom left to top right. That's the first thing I always look at, because it tells you what the market thinks of you,
where the trend is.
what the trend is, and look at that. And if you look at all MTN, you look at Vodacom. I don't know Telecom at the moment. We've got to unpack those results when they do come out. I know this is just a trading update, but the trend is downwards. It's no longer a growth area. It's a survival area. It's a utility. And
if you bought these shares in 2012, you still have.
So here's a fun fact. So remember, we go back to 2015 October. I'm at the beach in Durban. I get this message on a Sunday evening from a friend in Nigeria saying, "Woo, trouble." Eventually, we get a sense at 2:00 in the afternoon. I scramble to sell at 175 Rand. This is October 2015. And let's be clear, it had been above 200.
We're still below 100.
Yes.
So go figure.
Yes. And what's the bull case? Because you're a utility with high capex costs and collapsing currencies.
And the capex is hungry. It's not like you can spend this year and you're done.
No.
You spend this year, you have to spend more next year.
Yeah, because I'm liking my 5G. I'm looking forward to
6G. Exactly.
So you've got that constant demand for cash, and nobody wants to pay for what they're getting.
And the price is getting cheaper.
The MTN one, what struck me with MTN, it wasn't just that voice was down. data
Data
revenue
as
was
well,
down. So
yeah.
all they've got is fintech, and everyone, except the three of us, have a fintech play.
Yeah, but the story was, it was all about internet penetration. I mean, like you look at, places like Ethiopia where, only 60% of the people have access to the internet, Uganda, 70%, Kenya, about 80%. So the story was they were at their 20s, 30s, and, data is going to be this big thing, their growth, what, but that's...
It becomes
it's just a utility.
You're the youngster. What about Starlink?
Man, it's still the exact same thing. It's basically a utility.
But it's up in the sky. You don't need Vodacom.
But it's also price.
Yes,
I used to pay,
I agree. And you can access it from anywhere you are in the world. Yeah.
I used to pay 350 Rand for a gig. For Melon, I think I now get 10 gigs for 200.
But now
it's just going to get cheaper.
But now, if you have fiber for $200, $300, you get unlimited. So it's a bad combination.
And there's Wi-Fi everywhere. There's ways to Starbucks. You can get Wi-Fi. Premier Group makes bread boring, but turns out very profitable. Even as Mozambique has troubles, but it's less than 1% of the business. Here's CEO Kobus Gertenbach on what drove margin expansion.
In the current highly competitive markets that we operate in, where there's multiple players with competing products, the ability to just endlessly push through price increases to fund inefficient operations is just not possible. And so our relentless focus and massive investments over the last 13 years, where we've invested over 6 billion Rand in our facilities to have state-of-the-art, large-scale facilities with big economies of scale, are continuing to pay off for us.
I'm sorry, you can't sell me.
I bet you didn't expect to hear state-of-the-art and bread in the same conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not biting.
You cannot sell that to me. I'm sorry. You cannot sell me the gym also, because those are the two places.
We'll get to that.
I know. It's exactly.
You're buying bread?
I have to buy bread,
I mean, not for lunch.
I have to buy kitka and challah, as they call it, which is 3 times the price.
I don't think they do that. That's fancy bread.
But you know what we don't? You must look at the history of Tiger Brands, or Tiger Oats as it was, and Premier, who used to fight in the old days in Doornfontein or wherever they were in Newtown. And both companies are basically commodity companies.
Yeah.
Basically, forget about fast-moving consumer goods. They both make bread, cereal, mealie meal, whatever you want to call
rice.
it. And
porridge.
that's it. All of those are commodities.
Porridge. Tiger Oats. Yeah, that's
Tiger
my breakfast.
Oats,
Oats are good.
Yeah.
Brait, as you mentioned, seems not dead. It just looks that way. But decent Virgin Active and great Premier Group numbers actually show a company doing all right after their capital raise. They've also promised to return it. They're trading at, 2/3 of net asset value. You're not buying it either.
No, so this is one of those companies that has been plagued by management that takes high salaries, made a lot of money, no value for shareholders. I mean, they even put assets into that thing, made many different promises since 2010. I mean, I remember the share price going to 157, 160. It's at $2, $3 now.
$2.
And everyone is saying, oh, is this the one to buy? The turnaround is here. Call me when it's at 50.
You're not going to get that call.
Exactly.
So you're quoted
That's
in a
the
certain
point.
online publication calling, was it not you calling Virgin Active or calling gyms a Ponzi scheme?
Yes.
You're not buying
I did call it a Ponzi scheme. You know why?
So you were quoted correctly.
Is that Juliana? Did she do that? Because that's a WhatsApp. You send a friend a message and you quote it. But it is a Ponzi scheme because you know why? You've got to keep selling memberships in order to keep the people who are there in gym.
But it's a good business model in a sense that.
No,
wait. Let me finish my thought, because you have someone that signs up in January because new year, new me,
Hello.
and then they go to the gym only for January.
Yes.
You make money for the rest of the year.
Yes.
And
I
it's
thought
hard
you
to
were
get out of.
talking about me because I didn't even go in January. I just signed up.
It's
the
very hard to get out of that contract.
That's
That's
right.
the only investment. Case for these businesses, but like you said, to grow from that is hard because the other people are smart enough.
So every
to
year
realize.
you've got to go to January and find Simons. You've got to go out and find them, otherwise you're out of
I
business.
offered them a kidney for cancel the contract. They're like, fam, phone us in 5 years. Berkshire Hathaway results last Saturday. I love that he publishes on the weekend, so there's no noise. They've sold down even more. Apple now have a cash pile of $170 billion, which is about 27% of NAV. Is Buffett trying to tell us something, or is he just getting old? And
this is the problem when you have old people running these businesses, because they've made so much compounded interest, whatever you want to call it, over the years. Everyone follows them really closely. But now clients are asking us, oh, what do you know that Warren Buffett doesn't know? He's sitting on cash. Why am I not sitting on cash? And it's a big headache for all of us.
Tell him he's 94.
Can he just die and then the cash will be used?
Don't say.
Hey,
Jeez,
you gotta
man.
get, I think
It's
one
causing
of the
everyone a
discussions
headache.
coming out is that he might be gearing up for Greg Abel to take over. And
hand
says,
over.
here's a cash pile, you can do what you want.
And let's be clear.
No, people are saying he's going to buy Chubb. That's why he needs the cash. So that's Chubb, the insurer. So that's been the speculation in the market. But people don't know that. Even if you use that as an excuse to clients, like, nah, you should be sitting on cash too.
Fun fact, if you remove Apple from his performance, he has underperformed the S&P in his lifetime.
Exactly.
Yeah. Omnia was once also left for dead, but they properly turned things around the last couple of years. Latest results from mining and agri doing well as chemicals continues to battle, but that tax issue hangs over them. It's the tax issue, right? Solve the tax issue. It's been how many years?
So I like specialist companies like this. You stick in your little niche. You're not going to expect, blockbuster returns. It's,
Invicta,
predictable. Those type of guys. They're selling bearings, getting, your orders right. I like that stuff.
They sell explosives. They say boom booms.
Yeah,
This is
chemicals.
Bang bangs. Yeah.
This is where Ineos.
Now, on the
is
chemical
making all the
side,
money.
that's where
It's
it's
not chemicals.
damaging them, but it's damaging Cecil as well. You
also a
need,
commodity.
you need a strong economy to lift chemical prices, because you need manufacturing
And you need
pick
to
up on
solve
that.
the tax issue.
Yeah.
That's you love the tax.
So I said once more,
Say it.
solve the tax issue, because until then, we don't know. And I
The
don't
market doesn't like uncertainty, unfortunately.
what the man there said. And finally, how hard can football really be? Well, an Argentinian club started a YouTuber known as Spreen in their starting 11 as a striker, and he was bad. Real bad. In fact, so bad, they subbed him after 50 seconds and he hadn't even yet had a chance to touch the ball. Apparently, he had no idea where to stand. Turns out 7 million YouTube subscribers doesn't make you a real-world football player.
I think it was meant to be a viral thing for YouTube for him to get followers or lose followers.
So it
I don't
turns
know.
out there was some drink sponsor, but 50 seconds. He was supposed to stay on for like a half. 50 seconds.
No, that's true. Half is too long. But yeah, soccer, it turns out, is very hard business as well.
I played it once. I got smacked in the face and never went back. We'll leave it there. Bright David, thank you. Everyone have a great Friday and an even awesomer weekend.